Right, yeah. Weapons and stuff. Liam's in the house.
I'm not being held hostage. It's fine. Here at my own will.
Yeah, and it's not a green screen either.
Yeah.
So
when people say, "Oh, those guns aren't real either,"
no.
it's fake.
Right, yeah. So sadly, I didn't get a chance to tell anyone, but it don't matter. Right, Finn. Well, not sadly, but yeah. Because it was spur of the moment. We didn't really know what time we were going to do it, did we? But yeah, it should be some people. You can always rewatch it anyway. So yeah.
Yeah.
We've been doing some shooting.
Hacking up Zombie.
Yeah. Breaking his neck nearly. Yeah, it's right. Peach, right. SpongeBob, right. Krylan. Yeah. What else? What we had at? Sword. You had to go on the I had to go on his falchion.
I had to go with my falchion. I did some shooting with my ECBA vest on as well to see if I could do it, because a lot of people say, "Oh, you can't shoot a gun with that," so it worked fine. So.
Did we film that? I don't think we did. Well, no, we didn't film deliberately that, but with the Q&A bit, that'll be in it, won't it?
And with the shooting competition bit, that was in it, yeah, as well, because I had that on for the whole thing, didn't I?
And then we're going to do a Q&A after this. That is right, isn't it?
Yeah. Don't forget to like the stream, everybody, because it says there's 9 people on and 3 likes.
Right, Pete said, got my Eli stuff together, and we'll go out and film a little in 30 minutes or so. Nice. What's that for my film club? Right, Kyle. SpongeBob said, what gun did you shoot? We shot
The Daisy Red Rider for the shooting competition. And then
my Webley.
Stingray, was it?
Yeah, Webley Stingray Deluxe. Yeah, the only thing we're doing this now, I don't think there can be that many people on.
A lot of them are probably at work or whatever.
They can always rewatch it anyway, can't they? So if you've got anything to ask us, no Q&A questions though, because we're going to do that later. Oh, video. And Liam bought me some gifts actually. Who is that?
That's Hype.
That is Hype.
Yeah.
Whenever you say Hype, I'm never sure whether that is Hype or not. Yeah. So Hype, you right, mate? Which company made the Webley? Well, it's an old Webley, so I'd assume Webley, but I don't know. Because is it Webley that's changed or not?
I know with BSA that's now owned by Gammo, but
yeah, the Webley I think is still Webley.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all right, yeah. Right, go back here a little bit.
Well, so you can see us.
Yeah. They're not that much taller, are they? I like that shot. Is that what you wanted? SpongeBob said in America it's 9:45.
Is that West Coast, East Coast, somewhere in the middle?
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, look what I got. I got my own gas mask collection now. You'll have to probably say Richard, what ones they are. All right, Rich.
That was the main mask I got for Mike as a present, that Italian Spaziani TR2002. I think that's the name of it, because that's just a good panoramic mask. To use that.
There's the filter for that. Or one of them anyway. And there's the proper
one he's keeping sealed for now. Dropping the converter.
Yeah, that's something else I wanted. The 40 to 60 or 60 to 40.
So you can use the finished one. I gave him the Polish MC one I did the torture test on that survived. And the yeah,
look at this thing.
PDFD I did a torture test on that survived.
Look at that compared to my face. That's mad. I don't know why it makes me laugh though. That's so weird.
And I of course gave him one of these filters.
I'll have to put them on display then too.
Yeah.
Right, Riggs. Good shooting yesterday. Me and Liam did ours earlier. Oh, and also you'll see the new names up there now. Chris and JK, I think it is.
Yeah, where I've got the BSA, that's basically a Gammo, and that's good. Because the BSA Hornet, for £100 air gun, that is really good.
Yeah.
It just has sort of fibre optic.
That looks really good as well. You know, I've never shot them, but I imagine it's a very good gun. 762, right, mate? You said, I've seen Webleys here convert to 9mm. Are they trashing their colour? But I don't know. I don't really know.
I doubt that's the same type of air rifle as you've got, though, is it? That'll have to be some other. Because I know there's Webley pistols, isn't there? Like the old revolvers. I imagine they could be
That's
converted.
a Webley pistol up there. See where my thumb is pointing? There. That's a Webley pistol. Or do you mean the old, like, service
I
revolvers?
think probably the service revolvers might be what he's on about.
Hi, man. You right, mate? Yeah, let's see quite a few of your viewers on. That's good.
Yeah. I did do an announcement today saying I'd be over here, but I didn't know if all of them would actually bother looking. But that's good they did.
Piece of Italian spaz. How rude.
There's also a spaz up there.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, forget about that. Get the mask on. Well, this, I'm not putting the little one on. I won't bother tightening it up, but
yeah, my journey to come over here wasn't too bad. A lot of it's down the motorway, so you know, that's easy driving really.
but that'll be lovely to use in the shed. He's probably prolonging my life giving me that. Right, Nell, if I didn't say hello. Well said. So glad I'm on this. Hello, guys. How was your? Oh, you read that, didn't you?
Oh, Eastern Seaboard Times for SpongeBob.
17. I've got a couple of airsoft. So the Spaz 12, that's airsoft. The M4 is airsoft. This Smith & Wesson here is airsoft. Don't think there's any up there. Yeah, but that's all I've got really. None of them are really very good, but they're all right. They call them FI1, exactly. Right, Brad. But yeah, hello everyone. Yeah, it's good to see this amount of people on. The 20 on, so that's all right, really.
Only 8 likes though.
Yeah, get liking, come on. Get liking, get your merchandise. Both got our merchandise t-shirts on, tops on today.
Oh, your Nightbot thing's come on. Did you type something for that to come on? Does it do it?
Oh, no, it was Rich.
Oh yeah. Well done, Rich.
Nice one, Rich. I imagine I bought a complete first aid kit and boots, 20 quid. Yeah, that sounds decent. It's always worth having multiple first aid kits, really, I think. Yeah, the gas blowback air softs I've never owned. My problem is a lot of that kind of stuff I don't like. It's too much to keep doing, filling things up all the time.
I wouldn't mind getting a good CO2 one, but at the moment the issue I had was when I was looking on like Pel packs, a lot of the blowback ones are out of stock or they stopped doing them, like the ones with the full blowback. I've got the what's it one now? That PX4 pistol with a blowback, but that still doesn't do all the action. The slide.
What does that shoot?
That's 177, all those steel like little BBs, so you can shoot either from it. But obviously, you get more accuracy with the 177 pellets. But I was going to say something now. I've completely forgotten. I was going to say, yeah, for the people, I haven't said this on Patreon yet. I've bought a flare camera. I've ordered one because I was looking on eBay today and I found one that has a full returns policy on, but it was £400 because apparently the packaging's damaged. So the camera's meant to be absolutely fine. It's got a full returns policy if it doesn't work. But I thought 400 rather than 600 to 700, it's worth risking. Yeah,
that's good. As you say, you can always get a return on it, can't you? So, yeah. Have you got a first aid kit in your vehicle?
In my car, yeah, in the boot. So if I crashed and I'm horribly wounded in the front, it's no good. But I have got one in the boot, yeah. I've also got like all the repair kit for the tyres and jacks.
If I had a car, I would have all that in it.
My car, I find it easier to do sort of prepping stuff in than the house, because in the boot I've got like a cold weather coat in there, I've got the bump cap, I've got 2 gas masks now.
The thing is, it's when you're more likely going to need it, isn't it, when you're in the car? So you might as well be prepared. It don't cost nothing to do it, sort of thing.
Malk's on.
All right, Malk, yeah. If you're in, as I say, if you're in, you can come on, but I don't know if you'd be here.
I don't know, what sort of time I'm going to throw it off, but. Like I said,
Bradley, yes, I did watch fucking M Best 11X, and that was not what I expected. In all honesty, it was like who's that American young firearms bloke who's also a vet, as in a veterinary?
Oh, it's that Demolition Man.
Yeah, it's like that, but 20 times over the top.
All right. The weirdest gun channel.
It was a bit too much for me, in all honesty.
There's a weird gun channel. I'm trying to remember which one it is because I can't remember the name. But it's one where he puts things like sandwiches in an AK and then shoots it to see if it still keeps going as it chews up like the sandwich in the, you know.
Yeah, it was an experience. I would say watch it. But it wasn't what I was expecting.
If Iron Man's asking us any cool weapon stuff, we used the falchion, so Mike had to go with this.
I had to go with that and was terrible with it. I couldn't seem to get on with it. I think I'm not used to thicker blade, like wide blades.
Yeah, I managed to cut myself, so slightly thicker now. Then I picked up my blade, not handle.
Can I get your?
Yeah.
Also got to shoot this, which I've never shot one of these before. I'll probably buy myself one soon.
Red Rider.
That was very fun shooting that. I'll put that back so it's not
And we used your Warhammer and a couple of other things on Zombie.
Oh, now that was fun. Yeah, nearly broke Zombie's head off. No, we haven't been on long, Iron Man, really.
Yeah, 11 minutes apparently we've been on.
It's odd now, isn't it? It's odd. When he got out of the car. It's weird, isn't it? When you've seen each other on video for so long. Yeah. But then, like that, it becomes normal, doesn't it, sort of thing.
Well, I find it a bit strange, though. Sometimes when you talk to some people in real life or on the phone or online, their voice can sound a bit different because of the microphone and all that. Yeah. That's one thing I find a bit...
What, they're the same or not?
Yeah, sound pretty much the same. You do now anyway, because after a few
minutes,
I'm sure you stop thinking too much about that. But...
Oh, man, that's exactly it. Yeah, you'll shoot your eye out.
Yeah.
No, none of them will be up. I don't, because Liam's filmed it all as well as me, so...
With some of my ones, I was going to say, with mine, I'm not going to schedule a lot of these. I'm just going to upload them a couple of days apart.
Might as well get more out of it, I think, doing it that way.
But yeah, because with my regular videos, I'm still uploading and scheduling them like a month in advance, but I don't want to have to wait a month for these to go on. So what I'm just going to do is do them a few days apart and then just do them the old-fashioned way, upload them the day I want.
Side. Trust Iron Man to come out with something like that. Trust side. Right. Yeah, glad you didn't shoot your eye out. No, I made sure we had a cardboard backstop and everything. Yeah, good. Those daisies are very fun to shoot. You could literally shoot them all.
Because the fun thing when we were doing the shooting competition with that is you've got a bit of, because you've always got a bit of a spread because it's the it's a smooth bore, obviously, no rifling. You kind of think, was it me being a bit off or is it just the gun being a bit off? So it adds a bit more mix to the shooting competition. Random number generator.
Oh yeah, you never tried a game of darts. I got my dartboard up there. Do you ever play darts?
Years and years ago I've played a bit, but I've not done it in recent years.
What was I going to say? Videos, yeah. I'll probably start uploading some tomorrow, or maybe even... No, I won't upload it today because this will be on, won't it?
I have no idea, Hype's question is quite interesting. He's saying, if you built a railgun, would that be classed as a firearm because of how the laws work?
Oh, funny thing is, I asked a question at one of my streams once. I didn't specifically say railgun, but I said about if you designed a gun that didn't come under any laws, some kind of weapon that didn't come under any laws, would you get done? I don't know.
I reckon they try and stretch the depth when they vague definitions.
Yeah, it would probably just come under offensive weapon then, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
In this country. Yeah, if you want to go dark fight, you can. That's what that line is on my floor.
Right.
Where you have to stand. Andrea, you all right, mate? Ethan, you all right? You good at darts, are you, Cran? I ain't too bad. The most I got was 70 180s in a year.
All right, your mother?
Yeah, all right. 762 said Red Rider BBs are indeed... Yeah, it is very fun to shoot. Yeah, we had to go on a single shot 2-2, which was my Webley.
Right, for all the new people that join, don't forget to like the stream. Oh, it shows us the likes up there, but for yours, I think it will be down there. But it seems to help them get shared more, but it seems to be getting shared quite well, this one.
Where was we? High-powered slingshot would be.
Yeah, slingshot rifle.
Yeah.
The slingshot warrior's not on to ask us about the slingshot rifle.
Don't say that. I'll be on in a minute now.
Well, we were joking, weren't we, when he kept saying, where's Liam?
Well, that will come up in the Q&A. If you look on that piece of paper, that's on there. I've seen that stuff, Iron Man. When they was developing a lot of that stuff, there was a video on it, and it would spray out a load of like sticky kind of stuff.
What's that for? Target shooting?
No, well, if what he's on about, I think it's like a similar thing to like farb gel sort of thing.
Oh, right.
But it was a big thing, and I don't think it ever got developed properly, unless, you know,
so
not the one I was on.
If you used it as an anti-riot thing or whatever, it would gel people up,
yeah,
like Spider-Man's web, basically.
Yeah, you know, like expandable foam, that kind of stuff, but not.
Reminds me apparently that you can use silly string to see if there's tripwires is apparently a thing as well. You know, you can get that silly string in a tin.
Yeah.
Because if you spray that, it's so light, and if you see if it lands on the tripwire.
Oh, I get you now, yeah. I thought you meant to spray a...
No, it wouldn't work.
Spray a tripwire across.
Yeah, you can actually find a trip. I'm pretty sure you can carry a catapult in public, but again, it's probably not best if you're in an urban area. I don't think you'd have any reason for having it. But if you're in the countryside... I've
heard you can actually carry a slingshot anywhere.
Oh.
And I don't know whether that's true, but I'm pretty sure I've heard quite a few multiple times, because they don't deem it like a weapon. I've heard you can literally carry one anywhere, but you know, again though, I doubt you can carry one in a school or a police station. You know, but there's no actual law against it, I think. Self-defense net gun. I've not seen like I know it from like this thing like that in running man.
Yeah, they shoot them, don't they, in the airport or whatever it is.
Riggs, there's always someone who dislikes, makes you laugh. Probably because they was not told, because they was asked to like.
Yeah.
Well, I'll do the opposite.
Yeah. Right, it's still an interaction.
Yeah, that one. Iron Man, I reckon it definitely could, yeah. A kind of extinguisher, fire extinguisher, be used for self-defense. I think so. Spray that in someone's face. I don't know about legally use it, but it
bludgeon or
exactly, and that.
And the thing with a fire extinguisher, you could smash a window pretty easily if you had to get out of somewhere, couldn't you? Because it'd be heavy enough. But...
Yeah, definitely. Andrea, if you want to do the shooting competition, 100%. Yeah, still going. I'm up to 15 people now. I've done 10 of them, but there's 15 altogether.
Deactivated knives. We're not even that bad in England that you have to deactivate a knife.
That'd be what my dad bought me when I was little. He bought us a sheath knife and then he made it into a butter knife so we didn't cut ourselves. Because we was only about 10. It was like razor sharp knife, you can't have them until I ground down the
only thing is, conceal carrying a longbow would be pretty difficult, wouldn't it? If you had it down your trousers, you'd look well endowed, but
it would be
you wouldn't be able to walk very well.
The end of the bow would be sticking up above your head. What do you want to see, Iron Man?
Is he on about a slingshot or something? Because we were on about slingshots, and he said, "Can you show us your one or a fire extinguisher?"
I have got a fire extinguisher in this room right now. Right, Leo.
Yeah, sharpen a blunt knife, Peach. Go to jail. I mean, technically, Peach, if you got one of those, butterfly knife trainers, because you flick those open, can't you? And they're legal because they're just a bit of metal weight. Do you reckon you could get done if you ground an edge back on that? Because then you've actually made a butterfly knife again, haven't you?
Always worth having a fire extinguisher. You never know. I don't know. I've actually had this for fucking years from Screwfix. Probably no more than 30 quid. What I've always wanted, there's a little one. There's a little round fire extinguisher, and the ball of it is about, not much bigger than a tennis ball. That would be perfect for potential self-defense.
You can still buy weapons in the UK, your mother, but it depends on what you're classifying them as. Like crossbows are still totally legal, but they're a sporting good. Same for longbows and
pretty much everything up there. Everything you see on there can still be bought, can't it? Well, the airsoft would have to be coloured now, but like swords and daggers and that, nothing stopping you buying anything like that.
But yeah, a lot of the things though, there's more hoops to jump through now, isn't there? Like with some of the knives, there's tactical pitchfork.
Oh no, yeah, that's a slingshot.
Yeah.
No, don't remind him of that, Zed. He'd finally forgotten about that. Moved on to
slingshot rifles.
Yeah, or when's Liam coming to visit you? And when you're making a
slingshot tutorial, even though you said if he looks on the channel, we can find a slingshot tutorial.
It'll be the exact same video as what I'm going to do. And it would be exactly the same. It's the same method. Bradley, I'll watch that. But I've watched some of the videos, yeah, and it wasn't what I was expecting. Very over the top. Now, Stu's on. You right, Stu?
All right, Stu. Yep.
So can't use a minigun to get rid of pests. No, it might be able to use a flamethrower, though.
Isn't there a weird law though here where if as long as it's in 22 long rifle, you can still have lots of things in automatic?
Couldn't you? Yeah.
So if you had a Gatling gun, but it was in 22 long rifle, not a proper like rifle caliber.
Yeah, probably couldn't you? What was I saw something there? Yeah, Brococks. I'll tell you what. You ever seen them, Brococks?
No.
You would have loved them.
Were they the dart shooting?
No, they was a air pistol that was an exact replica of a real revolver, even where you put bullets in it. But the bullets shot. The bullets was pumped up, and the bullets had the air in.
Oh, okay.
But they was exact. The problem was they were so exact that all you had to do was put a different barrel on it and it would shoot bullets, and that's why they banned them. But they was one of probably the best air pistols I've ever had. I had one. It's been gone years now because that would be classed like a firearm now.
So the individual cartridges
they
for it
were
were the actual pressurized bit.
Yeah, you would put it in a pump it up, that actual thing. Yeah, that was amazing. You ever seen? Actually, I'll show you my catalog. You can see how good they were. But yeah, it was a very, very sad day when they were found, I tell you. You'll have to answer some of the questions about me.
I have to lean in a bit more to read them properly. Question: Bakelite or early synthetic fiberglass? I always like Bakelite on like bayonet blades and stuff like that. I'm sure each one has its uses, but fiberglass I found can crack a lot more easily, although I suppose Bakelite, if you drop it, can shatter. Some of the newspapers over here have called crossbows assault weapons, where they've called them assault crossbows or something stupid. Wow, you can get a whopping 6 rounds off a minute. Wow, high capacity crossbow of 1 shot.
Look at them. Tell you what, they're beautiful guns they was. But they was pretty much exact replicas. They felt like real guns, and they was about 3 foot-pounds, something like that. So they was reasonably powerful for an air pistol.
Oh yeah, they look really nice.
Oh, they was lovely. They was absolutely lovely. All right, Dan. All right, Tactical Pirate. That bat on the wall is a Louisville Slugger. I pointed in the completely wrong place then. And that little sticker is from a bloke called Serene Madness, who's a YouTuber. Actually, he's in hospital right now.
Right, Tactical and Matt, and anybody else if I've missed them.
But yeah, that's good. But yeah, hell of a price though, isn't it?
But yeah, that's like the whole thing with a lot of the DX now, where I've not bought any in ages, just because, like we were saying, it's so much. Like we were saying, it's good that D&B have got some in for like $250 again, but yeah, a lot of them that I got for like 400, 500 that are now $1,000 plus are some of the same guns that have less moving parts. It's like I don't see the point for.
You had a good old look at the
Chinese
type point on camera. Yeah. No, I tried to tickle the air or something.
Yeah, the Chinese Type 86, I was playing about with that earlier, and that is really awkward. The thing is with that is obviously you can tell at the back that is just a Kalashnikov receiver. But I can understand like why bullpups are quite awkward. Like when you start handling a bullpup and you realise how weird it feels to put things in like the mag release and everything else.
Pete, what was you on about Gat being semi-auto? What was he saying? Gat the class of semi-auto. So that would be fine. Oh, all right. Sorry. I didn't know what you were on about there. Tony, you right, mate? Crossbows are free. In my country, crossbows are free sale. Oh, what do you mean? You're illegal to buy them, do you mean?
You can buy them here as long as you're 18 and have ID, but you don't even actually need
I wouldn't
ID
have
as
it,
long
you
as you're
know.
over 18.
Everything I've got's legal to buy, and that. Well, because the thing is now, I don't think there is anything you can't buy but own now. Everything's
They've banned everything, haven't they? That
it's fully banned
was
now. So if
originally
you've
on
got
the
anything, it's got to be full on legal now.
grandfathered law.
About the only thing that would be, I suppose, my D-Ax and my
I've got a spare
so-
tyre in the boot, Iron Man, but that's just a regular tyre, and I've got like a tyre patch-up kit in the boot, but I don't have like a special, you know, tyre that you can run about in the air in it.
By the way, if we don't read out everyone's comments today, it's just because we're both doing it, and you know what I mean. Yeah, and I've still got it on the non-bit I normally have it on. It don't matter. Just keep whacking them on if you want anyone to specifically look at it.
With what your mother said, the SA-80 is sort of a family of rifles, because some of the light machine guns and the assault rifles are all classed as the SA-80, but with the L85 rifle, the first generation of them was terrible because they were basically making them as cheap as possible. So like the plastic furniture would break off. The mag release was apparently like there, so when you had it on the sling, it would, you know, smack into you and the mag would just fall straight out. It was often described where they said the best thing about the SA-80 is the sight, which gives you an idea of how terrible they were. But when they did the A2s and the A3s, because Heckler and Koch did the upgrade program, where they basically almost redesigned the entire rifle, although they look similar from the outside, the A2s and A3s are good, but the A1 is generally a terrible rifle. I mean, obviously, I've never shot one, but from everything you can hear from all the gun channels and books, you know, and especially because it replaced the FAL, because I've got the SLR on my wall, so it replaced a really reliable, you know, like famous good rifle that had been in service for years as something that fell apart and, you know, didn't work.
Very weird thing they did there with that gun, bringing that in. Pete got his GI Tanto he was buying. I don't know if he said to you. He showed me. That's the cold steel one, isn't it? He wanted, because what Pete's asking about the K bars. He went for that instead, basically.
Yeah, the Forgotten Weapons is good. Video is good on the L85. What Tactical Pirate's saying, but that's one where they go with like all the design faults, you know, faults in it and everything.
I don't think he's one of those. I don't subscribe to him, but occasionally I might see a video that I find interesting and then watch it. You off, Dan? Good to see you on for a bit. Yeah, I bet that is a very good knife, especially for that kind of price. Pete's 23 quid. Nothing really. If you didn't see earlier, I've got Liam bought me some. I got me a gas mask collection now.
You might need to get a satchel for that at some point, but because the one I bought came with a satchel, but when I bought your one, it didn't.
Well, I could always swap it for
the finish one.
Yeah.
Is there a finish one over there?
Yeah. Have a look under. It's down there. Move that helmet out of the way and gun Jesus. It's there somewhere. You'll see the bag. That's it. Just lay them on the sofa.
That's one of your torches. I found it. Yeah, the satchels for these feel quite nice because I've seen sometimes these satchels sold separately, and I was thinking about getting one, but obviously now I've seen one.
Actually, you could put that on while you're there if you want.
Oh yeah.
Filter shouldn't be on it, I don't think. I never have it. Oh no, it is.
These filters are perfectly safe, though. They didn't have asbestos in them or anything.
The only thing is, I always find that a bit heavy. Oh, that was just in case.
Ah, right, you've done
that. Was like a double, double. I forgot that was in there. Double bit of filter in. I had that in front of the filter just in case.
There we go. You can now put 40mm filters.
Nice. Because I've always found that's a nice, comfortable mask.
Yeah, it's a really good rubber on the M60 ones. That was the first gas mask I ever had as well.
Works good. I'll keep that. Yeah, Christmas for me, Iron Man. Sadly, Liam's got to wait. Because the bloody Warhammer never turned up. I didn't have time to do the catapult either, but what I'm going to do now is get them all done, and I'll either send them in or
I can pick them up.
Just come again. Yeah, come on again. We can do some more shooting.
Setting the bag up for you. So that probably will fit down the side.
But yeah, that'll be great using that.
Yeah, there we go.
Santa Claus.
I don't know what that was showing on camera, but yeah, you can fit.
Yeah, it fits well. Yeah.
And then yeah, you just keep that on there. And then... What does this top section work then? Because it's got like buttons here.
Oh, that I'll tell you what. I think that's for inside.
Oh right? Yeah, one of the little
just
pouches.
Come out accidentally.
Yeah, this is in the style of a lot of the old US bags. That would make sense because it's based on the US M9, which is a US
Yeah, you
bag.
certainly don't want that happening, hype. That's the kind of thing that would get everything banned. People shooting at the police with airsoft, not really going to hurt them, but that's the kind of thing that gets things banned, don't it?
Yeah. Well, it's like over here when you keep getting idiots fly drones, like the little cheap drones over airports and stuff like that. Then they keep saying, we need to put more laws, and it spoils it for everyone that uses them properly. Because rather than just throwing the book like they should at the people they catch for doing these things, like we need to punish everybody. Or
yeah, I've never got the whole punish everyone instead of just
I don't actually know UK Survivalist. I'm trying to remember what size my S6 is. But I know if you go back to World War II, I think Britain did use a different sizing thing. Because I don't know if like the 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of sizing that the S10 had, and then like the 1, 2, 3, like largest to smallest on the CT12 and FM12, that was actually an Avon thing. Or if that's a universal thing. Because I know a lot of World War II masks actually just say SM or L on them, as in small, medium, or large. Is there actually a sticker on that anywhere? That says
no, I was going to say, what actually is this?
What I think it will be, if it's got definitely a cap on it, yeah, it's got. What we could do is open the foil bag, because although that keeps it a bit fresher, it has got the seals on each end.
It's up to you. I don't mind leaving it sealed if you want.
Well, it'll take up less room in your bag if you.
All right.
Yeah, why not? Let's see if it makes a good whoosh sound when we open it. Good foil seal. It wasn't all that airtight anyway, because sometimes these go whoosh when you open them. But... So we won't open the actual seal on the filter itself, but we can at least see when the filter was made. And do you have a knife handy?
Yeah.
I didn't take a knife down today.
No, I don't blame you. I wouldn't. Don't want to risk it.
I had a sword in the boot.
Yeah. I think of that. Yeah. You got a knife in your pocket, but you got a sword in the boot.
Okay, so it's got some instructions of this filter as well. So yeah, there you go. So this is an ABEC. Oh, ABEC 2P3. That's very good. So pretty much every household gas you could encounter, industrial gas. Yeah, so keep that. P3, same as that other little one I put in the bag now. So that also protects you from all the little dust. Does it have a manufacture date? Made in 2007. So yeah, if you keep the sealed, it should 10-20-year life on it. Nice. Interesting. That looks shape-wise a bit like the
weird. I've never
German
seen one like that.
I've got that German filter, the old one, on my M65, and that's got that shape filter. But it's a different thing, but yeah. And then there's
deck of the EGC one. Yeah, I'm the alcoholic one. There's one of our anti-deck and alcoholic.
Yeah, pop that in over there and you can have that in your bin wherever it is. Oh, I missed. Oh.
That's all right. I was going to say I could keep it anyway. Put the filter back in it potentially. Have a look.
That won't come undone. So you've got tape on it, and then the top one.
That's not too heavy either. I wondered about, because some of them.
But yeah, because I didn't know with the filter, because obviously it was sealed, what type it was. But yeah, ABEC P3 is really good. They're the ones that, because A is organic vapors, B is inorganic vapors, E is acidic gases, and K is ammonia. And where the numbers are on there, see it's 2 rather than 1, so that means it's a higher protection rating.
Oh, right, nice,
so with P3, that's the highest you get on particle ones anyway. But nice. Like if you had like an A1, it's not as good as an A2 filter, like in terms of how much gas it will filter before it runs out, I think, and concentrations of the gas.
See you later, Stu.
Yeah, see ya.
I've got your shooting competition footage, so that'll be on, I think, your match 15 potentially.
Yeah, it's a shame though, isn't it, with all the stuff like that.
Be honest, Zed, if that was anywhere in my house, I still would have had one.
Right. But yeah, I know you'd have had one, but still, I didn't know if you had one within arm's reach without.
Always.
Yeah.
Spoiling the Q&A now.
Yeah.
That's one of the questions, like, yeah.
But yeah, it's like saying to hype, it's one of those real shames, isn't it? Where you have lots of things like that and the law's just made worse because idiots do stupid things. And rather than saying, let's treat people like adults, and if you do something stupid, you get punished for it. Oh, well, let's stop people doing it in the first place. But there's still always a black market for things, and people are always going to do stupid shit.
Mark's at work, Iron Man, sadly. He was in the chat for a little bit. Now he's at work.
Yeah, the interesting thing, 762, is that in the Iran-Iraq war, both while the Soviet Union and America, Peach is spamming your thing now.
They're coming up at the bottom of the chat.
Yeah, both the Soviets and the Americans towards the end of the war actually started.
Even coming up with your messages now.
They actually in the end, because neither of them wanted Iran or Iraq being too powerful, the Americans and the Soviets were actually talking to each other to find out how much each was supplying one of the countries so the other could counteract it.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want either of them winning the proxy war. But yeah, with Iran, they got really screwed over because when Iraq was using chemical weapons, apparently East Germany sent around masks. But when they sent the masks, they spent like paint sprayer masks, not propaganda masks, and told them, oh, these will work. You know, and it's giving fuck all protection from mustard and nerve gas and stuff like that.
Man, I don't eat a lot of fish now because fish is one of the things on the gout list. Yeah, I don't hardly eat any of them. If you was ever curious to some of the things that you can't eat, if you ever susceptible to gout, just out of curiosity, it's that stuff. That's the stuff you shouldn't eat at all.
Game, oily fish. There's all stuff I like. Then, of course,
yeah.
Gonna be...
Half of that was my favourite food.
Marmite, Bovril. Oh no,
gravy. Yeah, it's surprising what you can't have. Well, I could eat that, but it'd be risky.
It'd be nice though if they did a thing like this for ulcerative colitis, but they don't. It's like I think it's because maybe it doesn't act the same for different people. Yeah. So you can read up what people think works well for them and not, but they always contradict each other. So
this one, at least, they know exactly what's in the
uric
food.
acid or whatever it is. Yeah.
I did like. Yes, I did love a good fish finger sandwich with a bit of salad cream on, personally, or tomato sauce. Food had to come off at one point, although I allow it now. It's not night either. I'm talking about fucking fish finger sandwiches now. Right. On the gout list. I know every time I say it, I think it sounds so weird.
Yeah, because with what you're saying, 762, it's because literally both sides were being supplied by both sides because it was one of those really weird wars where I think partway into it, both the superpowers didn't want each of the sides to win, so they were trying to balance each other's arms shipments out.
Oh, it's always smutty in here. Don't worry about that. I'll tell you what. No, I knew you weren't spamming. Pete, let's have a look.
It was putting me off trying to answer that question.
It was popping up at the bottom of the thing, and this was vibrating.
My Twitter doesn't do that. I wouldn't mind if it did, actually.
It's something to do with Chrome that does it on here.
Oh, yeah, you have to allow notifications through Chrome. Yeah. I might do that now, just so when you send me a message, I always see it.
I'm trying to show the screen, but it don't normally show. Oh, what was that crying on saying? Yeah, I've been the person who caused trouble in school. That the whole school got kept back.
Looking at Iron Man's comment. No, thank you, Iron Man.
I'm not even going to read it. Sit on Mike's lap, fuck's sake. Don't tell us your fantasies, Iron Man.
You might get offended if you say that, though. We mentioned that was Zombot before. We did have a good stab of Zombot today, actually. With
yeah, he'd been nearly knocked his head off, stabbed him. Did a bit of bottle cutting, which I happened to be terrible at today for some reason. Well, but when I got the when I used the Japanese
You
sword,
did that well, but yeah, I think it's because you haven't got used to the falchion yet, because you need to get used to the sort of swing profile of the sword.
I think when I was hitting, the blade was hitting at an angle.
Yeah, so when you go straight, you then turn a bit, don't you, with your wrist, and then it doesn't hit straight, so it doesn't cut properly. Yeah, edge alignment. It's why machetes are sometimes quite easy to chop with, because the blade is very flat on a machete, whereas with some swords, obviously, you've got a bit more. Liam looks nervous. You're the one making me nervous, Iron Man.
Yeah.
Weird.
Uncomfortable. Well, that's not seeming to come up on my phone.
No, it's not even loading at all.
Come on, let's have a chat, not weird bollocks. We'll be off in 20 minutes. So we still got to do a Q&A.
But yeah, the main thing I found with that Type 86 was actually just how weird it is to put, do some of the bits on it with the ergonomics of it. Because I think bullpups are meant to be, the idea was when they invented bullpups was they meant to be more compact and convenient. Yeah. But doing something that just feels weird. Trying to take the mag out where it's that far back. And
arms right back here.
That's good. The Richard's bulking up enough that his old clothes don't fit.
Yeah.
I found where I've got as much as I don't gain weight very well, I found where I've got like old chino trousers, if I try and wear those and I've been, exercising more frequently, they're too tight on my like thighs, or not my thighs, like my calves.
Well, mine's all been the opposite lately. All my trousers are too big.
That's good though, isn't it? If you're losing weight, that's what you want to be doing. But
how are you feeling at the minute, Rich? I know you're a bit Right, we'll answer Iron Man's there quickly. I don't. If part of your house is completely flooded, I'll probably leave personally. I doubt you'd have any electricity, would you? It's one of those things I don't actually know until it happens.
Yeah. With my house as well, because of the way the house is laid out, I think most of it would end up being underwater in a scenario like that.
We'd never get flooded here because it's being, on a hill.
Yeah, it's quite good where I am as well. We never get flooding where I am directly. There's bits, like not a mile down the road that will flood, but not where we are, because again, the elevation of the house is higher. But yeah.
But I don't know if you didn't have no electricity and all that. And the difference is, if someone came around your house and said you've got to leave your house, it's very dangerous. You're probably better off listening to that person and doing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say with my house, if the bottom half, if the first floor or like ground floor was flooded, then I'd definitely leave because there's not much rooms above that. So in a theoretical situation, if it could flood,
tactile parts a huge risk of infection with stagnant water. Yeah, as I said, I've never been anywhere where it's ever flooded. So
saying that, yeah, my cousin, like my older cousin, got a really bad infection once when this is like years and years ago. But there was a lot of flooding near where he lived, and they were like wading through it for a laugh, for something to do. And he got like a really nasty infection from that, where he had a little cut on his leg, and they were walking through all this sort of flood water.
Yeah, terrible, really. But yeah, I bet there's loads of dirt. And
yeah, I suppose it's because it's not moving around, is it? So anything that goes in it just stays in that sort of puddle. It's not like running water. Yeah, and shit comes up from the drains. What tactical fire it says, although it's hidden his comment.
I ain't got a bag for floods purely because it would never ever flood here. It'd be pretty much impossible to flood where I am. But I would if I lived somewhere it would flood. I'll be honest, I would try and look into it before. If I was ever going to move out, so I'd try to make sure I didn't live in a place that would flood. I know.
And that's what they're doing near me at the moment. They want to build loads more houses on a floodplain, which is fucking stupid. But we want to build more houses. And they did that in another place near us where they built a load of houses where, they knew it wasn't a good idea to do it. Now every year they have to keep getting like a big truck out with a pump on it to keep pumping the drains, because otherwise they start flooding because it just can't cope with the water.
Chris is on. In all honesty, Chris, I probably wouldn't need to now.
Yeah, and the problem is for Mike affording a lot of it because obviously.
But no, I probably wouldn't. In all honesty, I probably wouldn't need to. The mask I like to wear, like that, can now have a proper filter, but he's bought me an even better one. You know, so I've got I probably wouldn't need to. But you never know.
I suppose it's like a lot of that stuff. If you saw something really cheap on eBay and you thought, well, that looks
but I
good,
must admit, I've always wanted the one the SAS used to wear. Which one's
the S10 or SF10?
That's it. Yeah, just because of that, really. But and hello, John. By the way, I didn't say hello earlier. Sorry about that.
Yeah, the weather was good today, Iron Man, which was nice.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Because it was pissing down the rain yesterday, and I thought, no, my luck, just as we're about to do the shooting competition, they'll be pissing down the rain, and we'll have to sit in the Wendy house and shoot outwards or something.
Yeah.
You know, they look a bit weird. Oh, you headaches, Rich, and that. Well, we won't go on about all that, but I hope you get it sorted, mate.
What's John saying about an M48 tactical? What's that?
Camera, isn't that like a sickle type blade? I don't actually know.
Don't they do a thing called the M48 tactical like Warhammer thing as well though? Because I was having a go with Mike's Warhammer today, and that's devastating.
That's now got some, but
so yeah, I definitely want one now. I've had the trial of it.
Now I've got some, but hair and his skin embedded in it.
But yeah, for the people who didn't hear earlier, I'll mention this again for the people who support me on Patreon or do donations on my channel. I've now ordered one of those FLIR cameras earlier than I was expecting to, because I was going to wait till payday at the end of this month. But then I spotted one on eBay earlier, which has a full returns policy if there's a problem. But what was I going to say? But it was £400 rather than like 600 to 700 odd pounds. For a new one, it's just meant to have damaged packaging, and the seller had 100% positive feedback with loads and loads of feedback, and they had all the.
While we're here, we both shill our Patreons. So, it's as well as me, we've both got Patreon accounts and merchandise. But if you want to join either of our Patreons, I've just put a link to mine. There's also a link in the description, but anyone can join it for. It's about £1 a month, isn't it? So we worked out about 3p a day.
Or you can do more if you wanted to.
Yeah,
but that's
and you've got at least got ads on some videos, haven't you? My channel's been completely demonetized if there's any new viewers on here. So if it wasn't for the Patreon supporters, I wouldn't have that either of those gun boards and a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff the Patreon supported, don't they? And you also get your name on there. So you can have
that folds out as well.
Yeah, it looks better if I have it like that. Yeah. So if you do support me on Patreon, it massively helps.
Show people that like that.
But yeah, because when
you can't really notice that.
No, not when it's on. But otherwise, it's in a weird. You can't quite see it properly. So I put a hinge on it, make it look better. Thank you now for doing the links for me. But yeah. For me, well, and you, but Patreon makes a massive difference for me because I don't have ads, and I also don't have a job. My job is YouTube, and I don't get any money from it. basically, involuntary volunteer. So yeah, anyone who does support me on Patreon massively helps me. I appreciate it. Yeah, you can join for $1 a month or £1 a month, and you make a massive difference to this channel. I would put your link up, but I can't.
Yeah, that's fine. But I think a lot of the people watching know what my stuff is anyway.
Yeah. So. Well, actually, I didn't even mention, did I? This is Liam, Weaponsandstuff93. If you don't know, he's got a channel similar to mine. I'm pretty sure everyone in the chat would know, though. No one said who's that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's not when I do the stream from Bart and it says stream and Bart and I keep saying who's Bart. Well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it?
That does crack me up. That does, yeah. Who's that, Bart? But yeah, right, someone's re-watching this and doesn't know. Didn't even think, you know. But the thing is, everyone does on here. I'm just reading Richard's comment there.
Problem is with the text on here, it's a little bit far for me to read.
Yeah, I'll have to change it to the pop-up chat if it gets a bit well, I hope you get sorted with your bows, Rich, because and I'm looking forward to you shooting some of them as well. If people probably don't know, but Richard shoots extremely high-powered bows. I don't claim nothing tactical. I'm not. I've never ever signed on in my entire life, so I don't get benefit money, anything like that. No, I've never. You know, because that's the thing. The thing is, I'm in a situation where I don't. You know, I need money, but I don't need to work. Means I've never got any money. Well, it's hard to explain, but if I worked, someone else in my house would have to stop working. Would probably have to give up their car because they wouldn't be able to run it. That person can also barely walk. So, you know what I mean? It's easier for me to not work, do the stuff they would do at home. I can do YouTube videos. The other thing is, if I got a job, I ain't going to be doing daily YouTube videos anymore.
Obviously, that's the thing I found as well, is now I started working weekends again because I found a job that was good for me to do.
Yeah.
It means that you don't have enough time to do as
much
YouTube.
It does cut it down.
My schedule.
If I got a job, it'd be a 9 to 5, 5-day-a-week job as well. So, yeah, I've never, ever, a lot of people don't believe that. I've never, ever signed on in my entire life. Purely another reason, it's too much of a bother for me. Because one, they'd be trying to make me look for jobs. You know, if there was a way to get a tiny little bit of benefit for just to live by and make you, you know, not trying to make you find a job. Because I could get a job tomorrow if I wanted a job. It wouldn't be hard for me to find a job, you know, labouring job or something. You know what I mean? You know, or work with my family. But it doesn't. It's better. My whole entire family situation is better if I do what I'm doing. Really. Yeah. Gunner, yes, that is Liam.
Hello.
Yeah, so
there's ones that are sometimes even worse than the Soviet helmet masks. Some of the masks with certain types of straps, they have the ones where if you tighten the straps, it pulls your hair into the strap thing. That's
it, Nell. I'm actually better off. It means I've never got any bloody money. So I would have had money if I had ads and that. You know, it's a bit crap now as well, though, and it's not like it used to be for ad money, I don't think.
Oh, it's also with all the demonetization
stuff. They don't like the weapon stuff, do they?
And all the rules where they don't really tell you the rules, and then you're not necessarily breaking a rule, but they still don't like it, so they hide your videos more and all this. Because somebody was saying on my streams the other day or like the other week, they said they didn't know I'd uploaded anything for like a month because they only just saw a notification for one. And then they're like, oh, but you've been doing the videos at the same time as always. Like, yeah, but they've just...
I hate it when YouTube do things like that. But yeah, I got it quite good, really. As I said, I don't have an income, so the Patreon money massively helps. I got my ways of making money, making crossbow quivers and that. If I need a bit of money for something, I know how to make a bit of money. But when it comes to supporting videos, it can be very difficult. That one's a little bit loose, that one.
Still bloody good.
But yeah, with different bolts, it's different tightness. But yeah, good, isn't it, for homemade? This is like a finished one. That's more like a prototype one.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't fall out or nothing. Yeah, they're tighter in that one. Yeah. If you look, that one's not really finished properly.
Oh yeah.
There should be like a. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'll just put them in there to hold it. But yeah, these are the finished models. That one. Leave that there. I sort of get sponsored 762. We both got stuff sent by Blazing Bows, didn't we? Once, and I do get things like torches and that. And I was in with Gear Best. They would send me stuff to do reviews on. But it's a bit. But saying that, I've got a reply today from that gun shop again. I'm gonna have to ring them up.
All right, good. Because yeah,
maybe getting sponsored by a UK gun shop soon.
I used to get some things. I'll put my tactical pen away before I forget it later. I used to get like Through Night did a couple of sponsorships for me that did like the torches and stuff like that. But the problem is, I don't want to do too many sponsorship videos.
No, I do those, but you don't really do them, do you? So, and it wouldn't. it's a bit unusual.
So I sort of got the big crossbow from Blades and Bows as a sponsorship, and that was really good. But yeah, a lot of the time I'd only want to do a sponsorship if it's sort of suitable for my channel, because I don't want to basically just be shilling any.
I'll tell you what, it becomes a pain in the arse. Sorry, it becomes a pain in the arse sometimes doing reviews all the time. Yeah. I actually genuinely hate doing them, but it's still a video and it does get. For me, I sort of have to do them, otherwise it's
sell it on and But yeah, because for me, often if it was like a gas mask company that said, could you do an unbiased review of our masks, then sure, that would be perfect for me. But if it's something I'm not really interested in, then I have to do a couple of videos on, you know, and all that. Nice one, John. Did you say you got? Oh yeah, you got her Horizon. Yeah, they're well good. Mine's up there at the minute, but I've got the other one up there. The Tron is there, which isn't bad. Tactical Pirates asking where you could get an air rifle. I said on eBay. eBay is where I got mine from, and yeah, about £5. It's like when people ask me about gas masks. eBay, eBay. Thing is, if anyone watches your videos, they should know the answer is always eBay. It's not always. If it's where have I bought a DeAct gun, then it's not. Oh no, I suppose. But when it's nearly always, it's a gas. Where did you get this mask, helmet, armor, whatever? I don't know if gel. So, is a gel blaster like a realistic looking gun that just shoots some sort of gel? Because I don't know what the law would be on those. So it depends what the gel shoots. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one. Yeah, I literally ain't got a clue on that. Rich, yeah, I would, and I'd love to do some reviews on your stuff, Rich. If that's what you were saying. We were using your sword earlier, Rich, and that was good fun. You're like one that's a bit like a Gladius or a Six or a Sax or whatever. Yeah. Any other questions? Gel BBs that disintegrate on impact, so it's eco-friendly. That probably would be right then, I'd say. Yeah, but it might have to be a two-tone gun, I'd imagine, because otherwise they'd say, "Oh, it's a realistic imitation firearm. You're going to rob a bank with that." Right, we'll probably go off after an hour because we've still got to do a Q&A, and I've still got to cook my dad's dinner later. Yeah. And I've got to drive home, which takes me an hour or so. So, but yeah, we might stay on for a little bit later, but we're gonna have to go off soon, I reckon, because the Q&As can sometimes go over an hour. Yeah. Saying that though, actually, we might need to keep it reasonably quick because I think my memory card on here only does 40 minutes. All right, fair enough. Yeah. I think if it runs out. I think with both of us, we didn't end up getting as many questions as we could have done, did we? Because a lot of people didn't even bother asking, or they asked things that weren't valid as questions. Because the thing was, when I said on my one, there were a few people, don't get me wrong, that we're going to do because they did good questions. But I said, Mike doesn't collect gas masks, so he's not, if we're doing a joint Q&A thing, don't ask him questions on gas masks. And it's, what's your favourite gas mask? How many gas masks do you have? And all this. That did crack me up. Yeah, there's loads of stuff I can't answer though. All right, cheers, Hype. I'll have a look at that later on tonight when I'm home. See you later, Hype. Don't forget to subscribe to me, everyone, all the new viewers. I'm sure you all like my stuff if you like Liam's. It's not so much gas mask related, but it's all weapon related. But yeah, there's a load of questions that I couldn't answer now. It was quite amusing. I don't think that one come up, Rick. It's not on mine anyway. I'm just trying to lean in a bit more to read the text. Can I do the... Oh, no, if I do the pop-out chat, I'll start covering us up. Yeah. Not we need to see ourselves, but sometimes it's handy to see. I've never played any... Well, the closest I've played to a military simulation game would be Command & Conquer 3 on PlayStation 1. About 20 years ago. I like them. Command & Conquer 3 wasn't on the PS1. Which one do you mean then? Command & Conquer Red Alert. Red Alert, yeah. That's the second one. Yeah, there's one actually called Command & Conquer 3. Oh, right. Yeah, Red Alert. That's what I mean. That would have been. Was that the second one? Or was that 2? Yeah, technically. Or was it Command? Could it be Command & Conquer Red Alert 3? There's Red Alert 3 as well, and there's Command & Conquer 3, which is a separate like. Right. I reckon it was Command & Conquer Red Alert 3 on PlayStation 1. Well, Red Alert 3 wouldn't have been on the PS, but never mind, we're getting off topic there, whatever. Yeah. It was a Red Alert game. I really like Arma 2. Arma 3, I need to try and get into more now, especially if I've got the new PC. I'd probably get into it more because I've got a PC that can actually play it reliably without, stuttering horribly. But Yeah, mil sims are alright, but it depends how clunky they are. Because the problem I have with a lot of games like that is sometimes the learning curve's too big, but not in a good way. Of it's a rewarding learning curve when you learn stuff.
You like the old Time Crisis, don't you?
They're the first-person shooter ones, aren't they? A bit like House of the Dead, is it? Where it's like a light gun.
Oh no, I was thinking of what's that one you streamed?
Time Splitters.
That's it. I was thinking of that.
That's PS2 and like Xbox.
Time Crisis, then I don't think I have played. I was thinking of Time Splitters.
I think Time Crisis, if I remember right, it's like a light gun style one. I think I have played that, but I've played like House of the Dead and all those.
Oh, they said pointing the guns at the TV.
But I never had a light gun for my PS1, so I didn't. I think I played Time Crisis at an arcade before, but I don't think I've had that one. But my cousin had a light gun for his PS1. And then my mum would keep going, "Oh, don't wave those around. You'll get somebody with that." And it's not even. It's a light gun. It's not even.
There's a GoldenEye question in the Q&A. I won't show you what it is yet. We'll have to. Well, when it comes up, we'll see. Yeah, GoldenEye. I fucking love that.
Yeah, that was the same developers as the people who did Time Splitters. They did GoldenEye Perfect Dark. And
yes, Perfect Dark. I bought that. Weirdly, I bought it when I didn't have an N64, and I was going to borrow someone's N64. This person then said to me, "Yeah, you can borrow it for a couple of days." So I just took the game back because you can't borrow a thing for 2 days and play a game, can you? Making you feel old right now. How old are you then, 762?
Well, my first ever computer was a Windows 3.1, which is bloody old. But that was more just because at the time my parents didn't want to buy a 95 or 98, and then we bought a second-hand Windows 98.
We was really late into computers in this house. In fact, that's the first proper computer we ever had in the house. We had laptops and all that. Yeah, we was quite late into it, getting computers and that.
Yeah, I think it was more because in our house they didn't see the point of having the computer for ages, and then I got more games played out on my PS1 than the old computer because that was more, of an actual thing that could play games.
Right, we're probably going to go off in a minute, so if anyone wants to get in the last few questions after this, we'll be filming a Q&A. Probably just have to do that spur in a moment, unless you want to have a quick note, because I'm going to have to just do your spur in a moment anyway.
Yeah, we'll just
you read them out.
Yeah.
Don't matter.
So we're both answering the questions, though? Or, yeah, we're both answering the same lot.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes. That'll be good. There might need to be some bits cut out where we're trying to think of answers. You know what I mean? You edit your videos, don't you?
Yeah, I just do that in Sony Movie Studio. So I just leave all the files on my camcorder.
It's just because some of the questions are going to be things might not be answered straight away, but without having a little bit of a think.
Spectrum, that's pretty old. I've heard of the ZX Spectrum.
Oh, Gunner, message me about that, and I might, Gunner, send me an email or put it on a normal comment. I've never been to Five Guys Burger Place.
I've heard they're really good, Five Guys, but I've never been to one. I know because it's more of an American thing, isn't it? I think there's a couple of places in the UK now they've opened them. There might even be one in Oxford, but I've never been because I don't really go into Oxford.
Yeah, I don't know round here. Yeah, suppressed air guns was using one earlier.
Yeah, so when you see the video of that at some point, they'll be.
They're fine over here. Yeah, no issue at all with them. Yeah.
The thing is, an air gun's quite quiet anyway compared to like a rifle because you've not got obviously like
it's going to be subsonic as well, no matter what.
And then just putting a suppressor on the end just makes it quieter, basically.
Krylon, there's definitely flint round here, and I'd say in Oxford as well. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What's quite interesting is if you go for a walk out in the countryside and see what rocks you actually kick up, because sometimes you can get quite interesting mineral.
There's chalk. There's chalk. About an hour's drive, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah. It's not too bad, your mother. In terms of miles, in a straight line, it's probably like between 30 and 40 miles.
Is that all it is? Really?
Yeah, but the issue is like where I live.
It's not straight.
I can't get straight onto the motorway to drive to where Mike lives. I have to go around a few bits to get to the motorway first. But now I know the route, it's not too bad actually, because like I said, the good thing is most of the journey is on the motorway, and that's bloody easy because you're just doing 70 miles per hour basically just in a straight line. It's not even one where I have to keep changing, to different dual carriageways and motorways like you do on longer trips. So
Right, we'll call that a day now. Yeah, that's been a good chat. A couple of weird comments in there that nearly deleted, but you're lucky I'm in a good mood. Yeah, so thank you for watching, everyone. Don't forget to check out Liam's channel. I'll add a link
See you, Richard.
later.
It'll
be in the title anyway. Don't forget to visit our Teesprings and all that.
Yeah. Patreons and
everything. Patreon, definitely. So yeah, thank you for watching, everyone, and there'll be loads of videos coming up soon. See you later.
Bye.
Right, got to do a double thing. See you later.